One of every 92 people in Kentucky is now behind bars, and most of those 35,000 people will eventually be released.
Problem is, more than 1 in 3 will return to jail, often with longer sentences, and you will be paying for them to be locked up even longer. As we continue our special report, ABC 36's Chris Dietz has more on the burden that incarceration costs all of us.
$10,313. That's what it cost last year to send a student to UK, have them live in a dorm, and have a meal plan. It costs more than $18,000 to keep an inmate behind bars. And in his recently proposed budget, Governor Beshear estimated over the next 2 years we'll all be paying for an additional 1,200 men and women to be locked up. It's an expensive situation without a clear-cut solution. But many believe it starts with addressing the #1 reason that most people are locked up in the first place.
Every serial killer, every person that is charged has to come through a county jail.
The inmates in Grant County wear different colored uniforms ranging from green and white to orange.
And our blue and white are segregated inmates, or those inmates that are deemed as don't play well with others.
But most of them are here for the same reason.
80 or 85% of the criminal cases that I see in circuit court are directly affected by drugs, by alcohol, or by conduct trying to get money to buy drugs or alcohol.
Judge Ishmael's estimate is backed up by a recent study by the Kentucky Department of Public Advocacy showing 86% of people jailed had substance abuse issues.
The Jailers Association and myself, we're not opposed to putting people in jail who need to be in jail. But are we putting a lot of people in jail that's not the answer? And I think the answer is yes.
The majority of people jailed are eventually released back into the community. And if they don't address their drug or alcohol problems,
he goes back out on the street with no treatment, no follow-up program. What happens? He reoffends. He comes back in the system. Now he's got 5 years.
We're seeing the recidivism rate is unbelievable in jails.
Statewide, it's around 35%, but the odds of ending up back in jail are greatly reduced for the inmates wearing green T-shirts who are in the substance abuse program.
It's a 6 to 9 month treatment program that goes through 4 phases that they have to complete in order to be released by the parole board.
20 of the Commonwealth's 76 jails now have substance abuse programs. State prisons have similar programs. Grant County also has partnered with North Key Community Care, their mental health provider, for a re-entry program for inmates with substance abuse and mental health needs to give them help when they're released.
To get them back in touch with the services that are provided to where hopefully they won't reoffend. Hopefully they'll become productive citizens in society and turn it around.
And hopefully reduce the number of people coming back into jails and jail numbers across the board.
Treatment has been the only thing that's been out there that's been recognized. It's helped reduce incarceration rate.
5 or 10 people across 75 or 80 jails across the state. It's a whole lot of people, a whole lot of money.
The substance abuse problem is just one of the tools in the correction system to help people turn their lives around. Tomorrow you meet a woman who not long ago was on drugs, in jail, and had lost custody of her child. But thanks to the help she received in drug court, she has her life and son back, and a new daughter too. You'll meet them both tomorrow. In the studio, Chris Dietz, ABC 36, your local news source.